Welcome. Let's get into a Bitcoin update video going from weekly down to lower time frames, talking about market structure and momentum readings, how things are looking, what's most likely coming next, and how I'm positioned. So let's start out on the higher time frames. One thesis that I wanted to cover that I saw a lot of people who are in the more bearish camp talking about previously has been invalidated. So that thesis that I saw frequently because I was being pretty openly bullish was that this was a 5-wave rise here that was already completed, and then we're going into a bear market because we had a 5-wave rise. That's clearly not the case now, or it's much less likely because we've made a new all-time high and we have 2 full monthly candles closed as all-time high monthly closes. So that pretty much invalidates the thesis there for the bear case that I think a lot of people were kind of grasping onto up here. Let's go down and look at the weekly, talk about the market structure here, talk about why it's been bullish the whole time, why I've stayed bullish throughout these pullbacks, and how I'm looking at it right at this moment. So first, let's just cover the market structure here, and we can talk about momentum readings as well after this. So bullish market structure. We actually just broke into a new bullish market structure on the weekly time frame, and we're currently in a correction of that. So let's talk about this. This was the previous bullish market structure that I have kind of outlined here. You can see on this specific candle, we broke the high there on close. And so that puts us into a new weekly bullish market structure. So what that means is that now we are in a correction of the move that took us from the low of the previous bull market structure to the new high before this little short-term swing high was put in. We're just correcting that move essentially. Okay, so that's where we're at on the weekly time frame, in a correction of this move from this low up to this high. Okay, green to red arrow. We're just correcting that move. That's where we stand right now. And we're in a new weekly bullish structure. So we can put in our new weekly bullish structure and the level to hold. So currently this is the high of our weekly bullish structure right there. This is the low of the weekly bull structure that we're currently in. And as I was saying, we're just correcting this move, which means that this could come down a bit lower and it would still be completely fine as long as we hold this low down here on close. Okay, still holding weekly bullish structure. And we've been holding weekly bullish structure all throughout this uptrend here, which is one of the main reasons that I kept saying people need to stop with the bear market calling when we have good momentum and weekly bull structure still intact. So that is where we stand right now on the weekly. Let's take a look at the momentum and potential hidden divergence, things along those lines. So first of all, this is TCI momentum. We got the cross up from below the zero line here, and we're still rising. So momentum on the weekly is heading up. So we still have good momentum heading to the upside on the weekly. Now RSI, we have a hidden bullish divergence that's playing out, and we haven't even come up to 70 plus yet, which is really where things take off in a big way. Okay, so we want to see RSI, well, whatever it does here is fine, but 70 plus as high as possible. We want to see a strong momentum reading on RSI coming out of this hidden bullish divergence, which is currently playing out. So that's how things are looking on the weekly. Just expect follow through to the upside. For now, it's going to be the most likely scenario because we're in bullish structure, and we've broken to new all-time highs, new weekly and monthly closes, even higher time frames like 3-month. We have highest close. So things are looking good. Now, let's talk about just this local correction by going down to a lower time frame, and we'll talk about momentum as well for these lower time frames. So this move that I was just talking about that took us to new weekly bullish structure, this move here is what we're correcting. And so it would make sense to go ahead and sweep some lows. Take out some liquidity here, which we did twice now with wicks. And we also formed somewhat of a 3-wave correction as of right now. Now, it doesn't mean this can't turn into a different form of correction, but right now it's just looking like somewhat of a three-wave correction. As you can see, we go push down, lower high, lower low, sweeping that low, and then often what we see is a full continuation out of there. That's going to be my main case at this moment, is thinking that the bottom is probably already in at 98.3, okay? Now, that doesn't mean it has to be in, and if it's not in, it's completely fine. We could do a triple sweep where we sweep the low again and then go off. It could be 4 sweeps. Doesn't really matter. Either way, it's just a correction of this move here. Okay, so the move from the lows down here to the moves to all-time highs. Just correcting that move before continuation to the upside. That is the main idea here. Now let's talk about just the market structure for the daily, because we are just barely hanging on to the market structure here. So we did hold it twice. This is the market structure to hold on close. This is the high to break. So we want to see this high broken at 112 on daily close, and then that puts us into a new bullish market structure for the daily time frame. And we also want to see ideally this low here held on close for the daily to maintain bullish structure, which then increases our odds that we still keep seeing continuations up with, minimal pullbacks. So that's what we want to see right now, breaking 112 to continue daily bullish structure, holding this level at around 100,700 on close to then maintain this daily bull structure essentially. So if we are going to break that high, let's just say we come up a little, we chop around, put in a higher low and then break it, then we can update our low that needs to hold here, and then we can update our high once we get into somewhat of a correction there. We got a short-term swing high correction. Then we know that we're going to keep building up this uptrend here to the upside, okay? And that is going to be the main case right now. Continuation to the upside, thinking the correction from this move is mostly complete right now. Not expecting something as big as this one or this one, because we are just breaking to new highs here. Not expecting it's going to take all that much to kind of build up, correct things, and then go again, okay? So let's talk about momentum for the daily time frame as well. Now that we have structure done, momentum is looking good. So why is it looking good? It's because our highest point on price right here coincides with our highest point on the momentum. So you can see the RSI makes its highest point right here, around 78 or so. And then same thing goes for our TCI momentum right there. There's no bearish divergence is what I'm saying. So stronger the momentum, the better. We want to see RSI get as high as possible. Contrary to popular belief, we actually want RSI as high as possible. So I want to see this 80 plus, 85 plus, 90 plus even. If you look at all of Bitcoin's history, you look at 90 plus readings on RSI, it has never marked a top before. There's always been continuation to the upside when momentum gets that strong. So we want strong momentum. That's when we get those crazy blow off top, euphoric blow off top type of situations. So let's cover the hidden divergence now. Let's take a look at the RSI, where we can see hidden divergence has formed here down to here, as well as from this pivot down to here. And that coincides on price with the low here up to here, and also this pullback up to our current pullback. So we have hidden divergence formed here on the daily, and that's a continuation signal. So looking for continuation to the upside. Last thing to cover is how I'm positioned, and obviously if you watch this video, you know I'm probably in a long, which I am. A few different longs that I've posted in real time on my X account, so follow me there if you aren't already. It's linked in my description. But long on Bitcoin from down here around, was it 99.1, I believe? 99.1. The exact position is actually posted on Twitter. I'm also long on Litecoin and as well as ARB. I just entered a CRV long as well. So CRV kind of lagged a bit and made a new low while others pushed to the upside. So I was able to get a good CRV long while it swept a low. And so that is how I'm positioned for longs, expecting big continuation moves to our blow off top of this current bullish market cycle. And so that's going to cover it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. And don't forget to check out my affiliate links to exchanges like Bitunix, Bybit, and BingX exchange. Some of them are not KYC, so Bitunix is great for no KYC. Bybit, you do need KYC, but if you want to support the channel, check out those affiliate links. But thanks for watching as always, and have a great day.